chances tonight. Open my eyes and I'm feeling alive. You give me all the strength that I need.
Today I'm joined by Lax, who is a former Lucio main. He might be going back to it after finals. We'll see how it goes. Lax, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I can't wait to discuss one of my favorite support characters. I used to play him a lot back in
Yeah, I
the
was
day
about
when
to
I first
say,
started.
a little backstory, if you don't mind sharing with us your Lucio journey.
Yeah, man. When I started right after the Halloween event ended, and like right at the beginning of Christmas, and that's when I started like playing competitively. And I was like, I don't have the mechanical skills to play like a DPS, so why don't I do support? And you suggested Lucio, so I started playing Lucio. Fell in love with him, played him a lot, got up to gold when I started, and then that season ended pretty quickly because I didn't have a lot of time to play. So I put a pretty good amount of time into him.
And you definitely enjoy, breaking it down.
Oh yeah, so much fun.
So, alright, so this is his analysis. So this is post-patch. This is not done pre-patch, so everything has changed. So starting off with his sonic amplifier, his left-click ability. For support, do you think it's pretty strong?
Yeah, it's fine. You know, if you practice enough, you can hit some shots. The main thing is just to throw it into barriers and to throw it onto the bigger targets to try to rank up some ultimate charge. So it's not, you're not going to be 1v1ing everybody, but, you can get a kill every now and then, especially if you can get in close, which is not recommended. But if you can get some headshots in it, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it does decent damage if you get a headshot with it. Yeah, got that annoying tracer who's near you. Spin around, give her a couple headshots, maybe she'll back off. His right-click ability, his boop, everybody's favorite, what steals play of the game the most.
Which I've done before.
Yes, you have. Is now has a different mechanic with it that it even calculates vertical. What does it calculate? The vertical?
Like vertical trajectory, I guess you could say. If you're aimed upwards, it'll knock them up as well. Not significantly, but it's definitely an interesting mechanic.
So what it does, it initiates or launches a blast of energy that boops people and knocks them back. It's good for knocking them off maps or getting them out of position. Reinhardt charging you, step to the side, boop him away, that kind of thing. It's a defensive skill, but it can also be used defensively.
Oh yeah, offensive Lucio. Attack frog.
Attack frog. So Lucio is kind of a unique, and currently he's the only character that can do this. He has a ability called Crossfade, where he sits in the center of two auras that he constantly beats out through his speakers. The first one we'll talk about is his speed boost.
Arguably one of the best
If
abilities in the game.
not the best ability in the game.
Yeah, definitely.
In the clip that you guys are watching in the background, you'll notice that I was playing Lucio, and I never played Lucio, but since I play a lot of tank characters are very big and very slow, but what a Lucio can do is make them run super fast. And just in the clip, you guys will be watching it, you'll see our Roadhog going in with me, and he's moving so fast that the enemy Zarya kind of like backs up a little bit instead of going head on into him, and you're basically just able to push people away with the speed boost. It is, like we said, arguably one of the best skills in the game, but it's also good for getting people places and getting people out of ways too.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think about it?
It's an amazing ability. It helps close the gap offensively when you want to initiate, so that just that ability to swarm them a lot faster is a great thing. And let's say you have a Reinhardt or a Winston that charges in, and maybe it wasn't communicated well, and you need to bail them out. Well, you get in there, you poop everybody away, you pop speed boost, and you get them out. He's a really versatile character, and that speed boost just is tremendous.
Right. And then so the same thing, you pressed your left shift, you're on speed boost, you hit left shift, it actually switches to a healing aura. And this healing aura is kind of like why one of the other reasons, basically the other reason Lucio is in the meta, is because you don't have to be actively healing. You're just kind of, pushing health around here and helping out here and there. but then sometimes he still gets gold healing, and I'm sure
Yep.
Mercy and Animains get really upset with that.
That's their own fault.
Yeah. He also, if you amp it up with your E ability, same thing with speed, you can make the speed go even faster. Pressing the E button when you're on the certain crossfade will allow it to increase the healing boost significantly, so you can definitely top off a bunch of people. It is the opinion of this channel that it is not wise to amp up a single person.
No.
It is better to use it over a group over time. Let your secondary, you're the secondary healer, let your primary healer top people off one at a time.
Yep.
That's just a thing that we believe. Let's also talk about Lucio's, one of his other unique abilities is his wall ride.
Yeah, his wall ride is interesting. People might think, oh, it's just kind of cool and fun, but it's actually having to, DPS, they go left and right and every now and then a little up and down to try to shoot people, like let's say, Soldier and McCree. But if you have somebody that's literally riding on a wall, it makes it harder to shoot, and especially if you're on the speed boost, you can survive for a while as Lucio by riding on the walls.
Lucios are very known for contesting points by themselves. They can hold out. Yeah, they can hold out for a while. So it's definitely hilarious when you're on point B of Anubis and you're trying to take the point, and it's really quiet, and then you hear the skates going around. And you're like,
Yep.
Son of a bitch, the Lucio's on the point.
He's still there.
So definitely very interesting. And you can also in what is it, Lijiang Tower, you can ride around the top and just shoot people down. So
I don't recommend that, but
Yeah.
if you wanna have some fun, you can definitely do that and just be an annoyance.
quick play tactics, not
Oh
competitive.
yeah.
All right, let's talk about his ultimate, the sound barrier. The "Let's break it down" is what he yells out. It drops straight down into the ground. Do not, and Lax is notorious for this,
Okay.
and I get on him so much. So first, let's break down the ability. Go
Yep.
ahead.
So Sound Barrier is an awesome skill. It gives a temporary shield to all the nearby allies, and it's like a significant shield. I don't know the exact number, but it's a good amount to basically.
Tanks will have over 1,000 health.
Yeah, you're not gonna die for until the shields run out. Basically, the thing about it is that a lot of people tend to use it defensively, but you can actually use it offensively because it lasts for a decent amount of time. You press Q, you switch on to your speed boost, and you get in there fast, and essentially you have free range to deal as much damage as you want because you don't really have to worry about your health pool that much. So when people use it offensively, it's great. Defensively, you can use it great because if somebody is using it, if they just popped an ultimate, pop your Sound Barrier, and then initiate back onto them, it's a great ability. It allows your team to be a little bit stronger, and it's a really solid ultimate.
It basically nullifies all offensive abilities.
Essentially, yes.
I think the only thing that can really get through it is like a nano boosted Pharah or a Genji
Yeah.
or something like that. It's really the only thing that can break through
Yeah.
the sound barrier.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind when you're playing Lucio here. And there's another thing that we mentioned a second ago. It'll be in your fingers. You want to jump right before you hit the ultimate because he pushes his speaker into the ground.
Yeah.
And that's what activates the ultimate. But if you jump, it takes longer because the skill will not activate until you hit the ground. And Lax is notorious for doing this. He will go to as high as he can and jump down into whatever's going on and then break it down.
Let me defend myself real quick.
Go ahead.
It looks badass, okay? It does. All you see, first of all, especially when you have a speed boost coming in, you come in, you speed boost, you jump off the top wall, and all they hear is, "Let's break it down," and then boom, and then you start the fight. It looks great. Instead of you're just standing there and then you smack your speaker against the ground, like, that's no fun. Who wants to do that? Recommended, not recommended for competitive, only in quick play.
Right. If you're in competitive, you need to put it down as quickly as possible, not trying to see how far you can ride the speaker into the ground.
Exactly.
All right, so let's wrap it up here. These are the questions that we always ask about when we do our character analysis videos. His viability.
100% viability. He
Every game.
Well, okay, so because of the recent changes, there is an argument for not taking him on more defensive, like 2CP maps. You might want somebody that can heal a little bit quicker because you're working in a more confined space. But you can definitely take him there as well. pretty much any other map, I think you need him. Just that speed boost ability really allows you to initiate faster, especially on offense, and counter initiate on defense. His heal applies to everybody, so that's good. You're not going to do amazing healing, but it's significant. So his ultimate's really great. He's just a solid character. Pretty much you should have a Lucio as much as you can.
And what do you think is going down the road, the future of Lucio? Do you see any changes or anything coming up for him?
To him, no. But an interesting theory is kind of out there that they might introduce a new character. I don't know if it'll be, Doomfist, maybe, speculation. But possibly somebody that does a speed reduction. So whether they put something out on the ground or if it's like an aura like his that reduces the enemy team's speed. That would be interesting as like a counter pick to Lucio. People might not then pick him. Kind of an interesting thing how that would work out. I don't think they'll change him specifically. I think he's fine where he's at. But I mean, I thought he was fine beforehand and they changed him, so who knows.
Gotcha. And then last, do you recommend him for new players? He is considered
Yes.
by Blizzard a 2-star hero.
I think that's actually kind of accurate. A lot of people might think, oh, he's super easy, but to bring him to the next level and competitive, he's kind of difficult. But to start out, he's actually fairly easy. The thing about Lucio is you don't have to have mechanical skill. You have to have an understanding of the game, which is what new players lack the most, I think. So I always recommend him to new players. I think if you're going to start on a support, you need to learn either Mercy or Lucio, just because it allows you to kind of sit back and evaluate the game, see how are your DPS responding, how are your tanks responding, how is your other healer responding. It's like, okay, I understand that now. I understand what defending a point looks like. I understand what attacking a point looks like. So now I can switch off onto another character, especially once my mechanical skills get up. So for new players, I honestly think you should make it a requirement to learn Lucio, but that's just my opinion.
That's just the opinion of this channel that you should play Lucio. Everybody should play a little Lucio.
Oh yes.
All right, and well, that Lax, that'll actually do it, because that is the first of all the end of this video, but that is also the end of our support. We have just now finished all these support characters for our analysis. So our next analysis video is going to be moving into one of the how should I put this? The bread and butter, the real heroes of the team, the tanks.
Mm-hmm.
The triple tank meta, which was last season and now this season, it's still viable but not as much. Our next analysis will be breaking down different tank heroes and how they play into effect. Now that we've explained all the supports, now we got to see the big bad bruisers, the brawlers, who take the fight to the enemy and always initiate on them. So yeah, that'll do it for us. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to follow us on all our social media, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night.
Bye guys.